All right. I want to welcome everyone on this call. Thank you for being here on time. Please just let's be patient, maybe 4 or 5 minutes others will join, but let's start with this montage. Thank you. All right, you're welcome, everybody. Awesome to be here. Okay, I will make Mr. Bolaji Osho, my brother, my friend, one of us, to be one of the co-hosts so that he can help me to admit people in as they come. So please, I will make Mr. Bolaji Osho my co-host for this event. Bolaji, thank you for being here. Please kindly help me admit people in. Also, Coach Zaid, I am making you also my co-host, so both of you can work together to help me admit people in. Thank you very much. It's awesome to be here. Today, we are going to have a roller coaster session. It's going to be awesome. For some of my students already at the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, I want to say welcome to all of you. We have done some things, and I did promise that I will stretch it even on a free pro bono session, which you have now, and several other people are on this call also. We welcome everybody. I repeat, we welcome everyone who is on this call. For those who might be meeting me for the first time, my name is Kanmi Amonidundu, and well, it's a little bit about me. I used to work in a multinational company, years ago, before I stepped out, after about 27 years of working, for people. So I am now a freelance consultant, trainer, and a coach. And well, I'm a fellow of about 2 institutes. I am a member of the IOD, the International Institute of Directors. And I did my leadership course in Cranfield University, UK, and I'm about rounding off even my PhD in leadership at the World University in USA. And I have been privileged to also be in the boardroom for more than 2 decades of my 27 years job experience. So so I am going to bring to bear even both my experience and both even the things that theorists say about leadership here. So please be with me. We will have question and answer time thereafter, as we also coast through this session. Thank you very much. All right, please let me just give this foregoing info before we start. Please, there is a Google form that I will want all of you to please fill so that I can get your details. Now, please permit me just to stop this sharing so I can just copy that Google form and on the chat box so that everyone on this call, will be able to at least sign up. You'll be able to copy the Google form and register there. I want everyone to be able to register. So that's what I will do now. I will do that now. Okay, I will do that now. Please just be patient. I'll join you very soon. Okay. I want you to have that information at the tip of your finger so that everyone will be able to sign up. I will copy it on the chat box, for everyone. Okay. You will see the Google, registration form on the chat box. Kindly just put your details there so that you can have access to any of our training. Anyone on this call today, I guarantee, even for our paid training, once you tell me that you attended this free training, you will have some rebates on any of our paid training. That's a pro bono for those of you, who are attending this course today. All right. So, and I'm saying that also this course, being a fellow of the Strategic Institute of Nigeria, and also I sit as the secretary of the Board of Fellows, this is one aspect of the course, even that we take new members. So if you attend this course, it's like you have had an introduction. So one aspect even that can give you a leverage to become a member of the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria. Okay, and so whether as an associate, a full member, or even a fellow, if you are qualified, we will process you through. So if you are so interested, please just get back to me after this session. All right, and for this pro bono session, free session, the only thing I want you to do for me is please, you will find on WhatsApp, on that chat also, my LinkedIn profile. Kindly just give me a recommendation about what your takeout is of this session thereafter. So I want to say thank you for being there. For those who let's go and hit the ground running. For those who were with me initially in class, physical class, and we talked about fundamentals of strategic leadership. We did say that there are several things that's been researched as critical for the success of any organization in terms of performance success. And we listed these 10 things based on research. We say strategy, people, leadership, structure, systems, business processes, and also non-HR items like ICT, technology, finance, infrastructure, culture, organizational learning, value creation, innovation, and also growth models. And we did say that one common thing that holds everything together here is leadership. Strategy is dependent on leadership. People management is dependent on leadership. The systems and structures, values, culture, processes, even the innovation and the value creation, the organizational learning, everything rises and falls on leadership. We all agreed about that. And so we are saying leadership is central, not only to the survival, but the sustainability of every business. And we must, please, I must paint this sustainability of bottom line in common day business, and common day literature is beyond finance. So when we talk about bottom line today, we talk about the three, the triple bottom line, which is first of all, social, which is about people, the social impact. The second is the financial, the profit. So we call them the 3 Ps. One is the people, which is the social. The second P is the profit, which is the financial, and the third is the planet, which is the environmental impact of whatever you do. So if your bottom line does not sit well in terms of the 3 Ps or the 3 aspect of of the bottom line in terms of your people, your profit, and and the planet, you may not become that sustainable business. And you must understand this if you want to be a strategic leader. You're not only looking at money, you are looking at other things. And I think I should just put that in here, before we go on. Please, you can note down your questions. I would definitely find a good place to stop, and we will interact, and we have great question time. All right. Let me also say that this is recorded on my YouTube site. If you want to listen to it time and time again, you can always get on my YouTube site. All right. We discuss also in class that, what leadership means to several people. There is no single common definition of leadership, but one highly respected figure in leadership school today is Maxwell, John Maxwell. He made mention of critical things that leadership is all about. He said being a great leader. That means you can be a leader, but not a great leader. But being a great leader is not about having a genuine willingness and a true commitment to lead others and to achieve common vision and goals through positive influence. So we picked out the fact that positive influence is a critical thing for leaders. Positive influence, not just any kind of influence. And we say also achieving common goal, having a common vision is critical. So the leaders will help to cast and to present what we call common goal and common vision. And there must be commitment to lead because there's a willingness which is genuine in the first instance. So people who have in time past become presidents of nations and they said, it was just trusted upon me. I wasn't prepared for it. It was because they didn't have the vision in the first instance, and there was no genuine willingness. And for such, they will not become great leaders. They will just become passerbys in the books of history. So note down these 4 major qualities. Genuine willingness, you have it in mind, and this creates a clear picture of the kind of impact you want to make through your influence. And we just say that this leads to commitment to lead, and also there is a common vision which you cascade, which you sell, which you recast time and time again towards achieving the goals that will be beneficial to the general good. So it's always about positive influence. And likewise, we validated the fact that in that physical class, that leadership is first of all a noun before it's a verb. You must become before you do. Okay, people who struggle to do without first becoming, it is not sustainable. And so we say leadership is about an energy that already has been created on the inside that you can easily now even pass out. Don't forget, there is a common dictum that you cannot give what you don't have. So you must become a leader before even you begin to give out leadership. It's very important. So leadership is first of all a noun before a verb. Okay, but people who struggle today, okay, and do not attain to the level of great leadership is because they are only trying to do it. They say, look, that's how someone did it before, but they did not understand that they must become before even they begin to try to be leaders. So there are things to become, their attitudes, beyond knowledge. It is behavior, it is change, it is character. Don't forget, leadership is all about influence, and we will go on to talk about what influence is later. Okay, and basically we differentiated also between leaders and managers. We said managers are not essentially leaders, or at best they are low-level ranking leaders. Why? Because the essence of managers is always about stability, while the essence of leaders is about change. The essence of managers is to maintain the status quo. Leaders want to change. They want to transform everything and get you into a preferred desired future, which is called the vision. The vision is the preferred desired future that will bring about even a mutual benefit and blessing even to the entire stakeholder within even the organization. Also, in terms of rules, we said leaders break rules. That is, it's not that they are chaotic. It's not that they don't respect authority. Breaking rule here means even they don't see anything as stopping them. That's the meaning of breaking rules here. While managers keep within the rules to just make the best out of what you have. That's what managers do. But leaders even go above that and look at the opportunities that is available. Indeed, leaders don't think about any box. Managers, at best, think within the box, but leaders break the box. And some of leaders who are great leaders even don't think even that there's any box anymore. Okay, so we have had leaders in time past, who taught us that think outside the box. That's great, that's good. But the greatest of all is leaders who conceive that there is no box at all, and so no limitation even to their thinking and to their imagination and to what they can achieve. All right, the approach of managers is all about details. The approach of the plan details and all that, they are finicky about details, but leaders set directions. Someone says a leader will tell you where the tree will fall because they have an helicopter view, while the managers they go about the detail of where we'll cut it, put the chain here and all that. So the leaders set the pace for the managers. In terms of culture, leaders shape culture while managers execute culture. In terms of conflict, if you are someone who avoids conflict at all times, you are a manager. Leaders use conflict to advantage. They use conflict as assets. Okay, and in terms of direction, leaders carve out new roads. Okay, even to achieving goals. They are not blocked by one road. Okay, when you have one road blocked, okay, and you're in exasperation, it means you are just a manager. That's who you are. You are just a manager. You are you think limitation in most cases because you are used to existing road. Leaders even work with convoluted mindset that does not see any box, as I've said, and so they don't only rely on on existing road. In terms of credit, if you are someone who always like to take credit to yourself, you are just at best a manager or a low-level leader. But great leaders even are as self-effacing so much that even great leaders even give credit. They give credit rather than take credit. Okay, in terms of decision making, okay, what leaders do is not that they, even though they are the central anchor. Kindly mute yourself, please. Kindly mute yourself as you enter into the class. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Great leaders, what they do immediately, they are in a brainstorming or in a team situation. They facilitate the decision making. They so that everyone within the team feels him or herself as part of the team, and so they are leaders arrive at a we decision, not a mine decision. But managers, they make decisions. At best, in the kind of leaders and managers become our bosses. So if you're a boss, you drive down your decision. You are just at best as a manager. And we did say that in terms of vision, leaders sell vision. They help you to see even yourself in the vision, so it will be self-sustaining in terms of your running with the vision. They don't need to come behind you with a stick to drive you. They sell vision. That's what leaders do. While managers, at best, they tell vision. They just tell you. It's like show and tell. And so they need a stick to drive you. And that's why at all times the style of manager is transactional. It is give and take. Okay, no, it is at best incentive. Okay, while leaders are transformational. Now, let me stop here and ask a question. That I asked in the class, earlier on. Okay, sorry. I asked a question earlier on, and that question was this. Very simple question. I said, what is the difference between motivation and incentive? Definitely, leaders motivate while managers incentivize. So what is the difference between motivation and incentive? Go to the chat box quickly and write. Go on the chat box and write quickly. Motivation and incentive. Please, those of us here, I want participation. I want us to interact. Go on the chat box immediately and write what you understand as the difference between motivation and incentive. Let's go. Yes. What do you think differentiates motivation? What do you think is incentive? Let's do it. What is the difference between motivation and incentive? Yes, I'm waiting. I've given you a clue by telling you that managers incentivize while leaders motivate. All right, very simple. While waiting for you to contribute, is the fact that when you incentivize, it is like an external influence that is making you to do things. Even it is not self-conceived. It is not even therefore sustainable, because once the external influence leaves, once the external influence that incentivizes you leaves, whether it's money, whether it's position, whether it's praises, whatever, once those external influences leave, that means your productivity will also fall. You will not go about doing that which you are doing anymore. But motivation, because you are sold on the idea, you have internalized things as your own. What happens is you run with it. It is sustainable. Don't forget, sustainability is when you create a successful today that even guarantees a successful tomorrow for the next generation coming. That is what sustainability is all about. Okay, so when leaders create sustainability even in productivity in the workplace, by doing what? By selling the vision, selling the goal, selling the strategic objectives to people in such a way that even members, staff, employees, all themselves. So they don't need external cane incentive anymore. And that's the difference. So leaders motivate while managers incentivize. Awesome. Thank you for the contributions. I love this. Let me read. Okay. Anthony Olashile, motivation is all around, deep, and brings out originality. And it has long-term value, while incentive is short-term. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Motivation is a driver, while incentive is a type of motivation. No, it's not a driver. Okay. Because it's if you say it's a driver, you would rather say it is self-driven. That's what I would say. Why incentive is the driver. Incentive drives you to do things, okay? And when the driver is out, therefore the car stops. But because motivation is self-driven, it's like a dynamo. You don't need anyone to drive you, and so it continues. Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective, Mide. Also, someone said that Aziz Adewale, this one of my awesome member in the ISMN, he said incentive means management gives you more money when you do the kind of work they want. Oh, I agree. But incentives will not necessarily produce the best return on investment in terms of innovation, happiness, or stakeholder value. Perfect. Very good. Very good. But you didn't address motivation. Okay, but this is okay. This is okay. Someone said incentive is motivation plus reward. No, we are mixing it together. It is different. Incentive, is not motivation. People use it glibly to mean motivation, but it's not, because it's an external driver. Motivation itself is an internal driver, even though there are some scholars that believe that motivation can be in two schools, internal and external. But my own school, my school of thought is that motivation is basically internal, while incentive is external. Okay, so you might be right if you are looking at schools like X-veg theory, and all that. But for me, I take motivation as more of internal, while incentive is external. Thank you very much. Barrister Kolajo, my elder, my leader, I want to say thank you. Motivation is intangible encouragement, while incentive is materialistic. Okay, speaking to the subject, thank you very much. It's intangible because it's greater than just material. All right, and it is longer lasting. Awesome. Please, let's go on, to the next thing. There are several paradigms of leadership, based on study. Some it started from paradigm of leadership as management, then leadership as a process of leading, then leadership as social exchange, then leadership as a phenomenon, and leadership as an art or craft. And there have been several theories, from the great man theory, the trait theory, to skills theory, the style theory, the institutional theory, contingency theory, transactional theory, transformational theory, leadership member exchange theory, and the servant leadership theory, which is the most recent and most common. Now, I want to say that the in-depth of this, because I'm just giving a review a little bit about part one, of this series, which I took my students in class at the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria. So if you really want to have a full meat of all this first part, I will encourage you to join, and just let me know you want to join, the ISMN, and we will guide you through the process of being a professional strategist when it comes to that. So I will go on this. There are several classifications of leadership depending on who is doing the taxonomy and for what reason. Don't forget, scholars do not classify things, except for a particular reason. So based on the reason for which you want to classify, okay, leadership can be based on hierarchy, corporate hierarchy. It can be team leadership, operational leadership, functional leadership, corporate leadership, and strategic leadership. Leadership can be based on focus, which is classified into operational, admin, and strategic. Leadership can be based on style. You have exploitative autocrat, benevolent autocrat. Then you have consultative democrat, participative democrat, situational leader. From the laissez-faire, do nothing, even to the autocrat, you can have that spectrum. The leadership can be classified based on impact, as transactional, tax, transformational, and strategic leadership. Then leadership can also be classified based on dimensions as managerial, exemplary, institutional, inspirational rather, and entrepreneurial leaders. Then leadership also can be classified based on function as task achievers, team builders, and people developers. But let me hone it deep here. There are three critical things that distinguishes leadership. This concept is taught in political science, even when we were maybe in university, or at any stage in life. These three concepts are power, authority, and influence. And I did ask in class, what is the difference and what is the greatest among these? People chose different things. But I think people zeroed in on the fact that authority is the greatest. And why? Power means, from the Greek, from the Latin word poter, means to be so. Ability to cause something to happen. That's power. Okay, just like physics determines that energy is the ability to do work. Okay, so energy to bring something to pass, ability to cause something to happen, that's power. Okay, and we said influence is impact of power on or authority on others. But simply speaking, I did explain in my class to make it very simple and straightforward. We said ability to change a situation is power, while influence is ability to change a perception. So you will see that influence is a bit higher than power. Once you change the perception, you may be able to change even a situation. People themselves will be driven to change the situation. So leaders therefore operate in the realm of influence, while managers operate in the realm of power only. Okay, and joined with the fact that because they have the position, the authority, so they can make you do things. But you find that once a so-called person leaves the office or the position, and his authorities are no longer carried out, his commands are no longer carried out, then you will know that he doesn't have influence. And that is why it's just ordinary power. So what he has presently, whether it's position, whether it's money, is only an incentivier. It's not a motivator. So influence motivates you because your mentality, your mindset, and perception has changed. Leaders influence perception, they influence value system, they influence belief system. That's influence. And that is why it is the impact of you have to exert power or authority over others, because you have changed their mindset. While power is just ordinary ability to change the situation. You may be powerful because you have money, because you have the barrel of a gun that scares people and coerces them, because you have power to discipline, because you're a parent. But you find that such children under such coercive parents, okay, the parents soon know that they lose their power. Immediately the children leave home, even for university. They become rancorous and they live anyhow, because indeed they have not influenced their children very well. What of in the workplace? When you see a boss, even because of the authority, which is delegated power. Authority is delegated power. It's a right to wield power, to wield event. So authority is all about rights, because of position, because of policy, because of the law. Okay, and I used this simple analogy. I said, when you see a traffic officer, a policeman who is a traffic officer, when he raises up his hand and a big trailer screeches to an halt, it is not because he has power, so to say, or energy to stop him, but he has delegated power. The power of the entire law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is behind him, based on the uniform he's wearing. And so as he raises up his hand, what the trailer sees is the entire authority of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And so the trailer stops. That is authority. It's delegated power. It's a right and privilege to wield influence. So the mind of the man behind his tyranny tells him, I will go to prison if I don't stop now. He influences his mindset and perception, and so he stops. Do we see how it works together? So power is ability to cause things to change. It might be by force. It might be because of money, because of reward, because of position. It might be because even you have knowledge. All right. However, if you have not changed your mindset, it will not be sustainable, and so it won't be influenced. So where even you have changed the mindset and perception and belief system of people, then you have influence on them, and that's what is sustainable as a leader. So people in leadership to begin to work on how to change the mindset. For instance, in Nigeria, what we need are leaders who will help us to change the mindset of our people, and that's why education is so critical. We need to change the mindset of those we lead. That is what makes leadership easy. Leadership is difficult because the mindset even has not been transformed. It's not been renewed. It's so critical. This is what we need. So whether you are a father, you're a mother at home, whatever kind of leader, you must understand the first thing you must do is work on things that can help you even to change the mindset of people. And you can't force it. You will see the levels of leaders as I go on, that will teach you how you can grow in your influence, among people. So I've told you sources of this kind of influence, or to change mindset, or source of power and authority, may be because you have a great charisma. Okay, we have some people that that has almost become religious idols. I use Michael Jackson as an example. All right. I remember one of the concerts we went to in Japan. People were falling and dying just to see Michael Jackson. Okay, we have some young, music idols like that, that has great charisma even in Nigeria today. Okay, so some people is because of position, reward, coercive ability, or relationship, or knowledge, expertise, or tax power, ability to deliver. Makes people even to respect you, make people even to listen to you. This is very, very important. It's very, very important. All right. Okay. Very, very important. So let's go to the next slide quickly. I said you can also view leadership even through the three I or the two I. The three I we call the tricycle model. But why the two I model is called the binocular model. So the two I views leadership as either a manager or a strategic leader. Okay, while the 3I views manager either as operational, administrative, or strategic. So depending on what you want to do and what your aim is, you can use any of the model. But for me, most of my concern today is about how we can even maximize leadership within the environment described as VUCA. Don't forget the word VUCA was first used by the NASA SEALs, in the U.S. Army. They said that even the environment during that time of Cold War has become VUCA. That it was volatile and uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Okay, and we said that, look, this VUCA description has been adopted, just like everything that the U.S. Army Force starts is now adopted in business. Don't forget, for instance, the World Wide Web, the WWW, internet was first of all used. So I'm saying, what is VUCA? When you want to look at VUCA, you look at VUCA in terms of two axes. How much do you know about the situation is on the horizontal axis, and on the vertical axis is how well can you predict the outcome of your action. If you cannot predict the outcome of the action, even and it's very difficult to predict, then I will tell you that the situation is very complex. That is, there are multiple key decision factors. So that the situation is very complex. But if the situation is not as complex, only that the meaning of the few factors are not so clear, it is ambiguous. Okay, ambiguity is lack of clarity about the meaning of an event. However, along the axis of how much you know about the situation, okay, it is uncertain if you are unclear even about your present. Okay, it's uncertain. There are some factors. When you do what we call the PESTLE analysis, which we do in strategy. Okay, you look at the political environment, social, technology, ecological, legal, environment. Okay, this was put together by the Stanford professor, Agula and his colleagues. Okay, in about 1967 or so. Okay, these guys said, no, when you want to understand even your business and know how you can have competitive advantage, you must do a good PESTLE analysis vis-a-vis your own SWOT analysis. Your SWOT are the internal factors even that are unique to you: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. While you will now extract them vis-a-vis the environmental factors of political, economy, social, technology, ecology, and legal. Okay, those are the external things. Okay, so you will consider how you can use your SWOT even as an advantage, even in the PESTLE analysis you've done. So if therefore you do it very well, you'll be able to know how to ride on VUCA, how to ride on complex, ambiguous, volatile, and uncertain environment. More of this, we did, and we can do once you join this institute. We'll break this down for you even better. Let me say quickly here, there are several things that is triggering the change. There are several things that are triggering the change of things to be more volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, and complex. The primary thing is that knowledge has been democratized. Almost anything you need, just press, this is an era of big data. Anything you need, just press your Google, it will bring it up. You will see straight everything, because Google has become almost like a divination to people. Okay, the only challenge is that because it has both good and bad, wrong and right information, because Google cannot differentiate. So leaders are people who will be able to sieve out which is the right, which is the wrong, and which is strategic for my business. That's the work of leaders. Okay, so and likewise, one of the driving forces today also is enlightenment. A lot of enlightenment. The level of ignorance is going down. Okay, even though because of the big data, people still have problem of deciphering between the right and the wrong. Also, new philosophies have come up, innovations that has broken down several paradigms. For instance, the LGBTQ philosophy in the Western nations, okay, is one even that has broken down either to health paradigms. In organizations where you have patriarchal models, it has broken down. You are finding women even at the topmost echelon even of the public sphere today. So this is driving change like nothing else. Okay, among many other things. Okay, likewise, another massive change trigger is the masses. The masses themselves have become disenchantment in leadership all over the world, not only in Nigeria, not only in Africa, even in Western nations. The masses are rising up, okay, because of the Enlightenment age. Things that are driven down their throat before, they are not receiving anymore. Remember, even the the anti-SARS protest that cost the life of many youths in Nigeria. It is, you remember even the Arab Spring, even that led to revolution in the entire, even North Africa and Middle East. This is what is happening. Okay, things are happening. Things are happening. Things are happening. There were laws, even for instance, in Mecca. Sometimes years ago that women could not drive. Women are driving anywhere, everywhere today. Things are changing. Values are changing. Value adjustment. So, and this is causing massive change in our society. Things are happening. Okay, so how do we navigate these changes to the advantage of our organization? That is the focus of leadership. Leaders are actors that give direction in the midst of this convoluted environment. They craft strategies, they mobilize support and catalyze momentum for new change directory. Indeed, in the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, we don't talk about even the future even as something that naturally happens. The future is what you orchestrate. You orchestrate a preferred future and you drive your people towards it. That's the kind of strategic leadership that you must become. All right, in the midst of all this, there are things to control, there are things you cannot control, but based on what you have on hand, you make maximum opportunity of it, even for your organization. All right, so I said other factors influencing 24th century leadership: complex and fast-paced, interconnected world, breakthrough technologies, demographic shift, political transformations, systematic challenges, unprecedented collaborations. You see, the virtual office makes it possible to crowdsource. I can, on a singular project in Nigeria, I can crowdsource and, from India, from Singapore, from US, from Afghanistan, everywhere I can crowdsource. And so what are we saying? Guys, if you think your job is secured here in Nigeria, it is the Chinese that are going for a job today. It is the Indians, it is the Afghanistans, it's the Iranians. It is the Americans. So you must up your skill, whether you're a leader or not, up your skill, because things are happening globally. It's not just a global village now, it's a global hamlet. Things have changed. Things have changed. If you are running a business, you must understand that businesses have changed. For instance, if you are running a business of a bank, understand that you are no longer just a banker. Bank owners must understand that they are in the business of technology, only specializing in banking. That's the truth. Technology is the height of breakthrough technologies, nanotechnologies, implants, machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotic. It has convoluted and changed the whole face of business. And so you must understand that essentially every one of us are first of all in the business of technology. Look, I'm presenting, I'm using technology. I will have, no matter how much I know, I will have been constrained in terms of my influence and impact if I don't understand how to handle this kind of technology. So we are first of all in the business of technology, now leveraging on our area of specialization. That's the mindset we must have in this time and age in which we're in. Okay, and let me tell you, this VUCA environment, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment, gives us a lot of opportunity, because what do leaders look at? They look out for opportunities in the midst of chaos. They try to make sense out of nonsense. So I want to tell you that opportunities lies in the new policies. For instance, the Nigerian government, CBN, wants to bring out even the e-currency now. What is the opportunity there for your business? What are the disadvantages for your business? You should begin to think. Don't allow the e-currency to be introduced before you begin to plan ahead. Leaders plan ahead. You dig your well before you are thirsty. That's what leaders do. What about national budget? What are the opportunities there? We are hearing that the federal government has given a proposal to NAS, National Assembly, that they want to borrow millions of dollars. What is the opportunity there for your business? Leaders look at opportunity. There are two ways in which you can make profit, we do say in business. You can make profit either by reducing costs, which has a limit, because if you cut costs up to the point of cutting to the bone, you can no longer cut, unless you die. But leaders look for opportunity of how to increase revenue. They increase revenue. And that's what leaders do. Okay, so you must look at opportunities even to grow your portfolio, to expand even your business in whatever constraint. People cry that there are war in some zones and they run out. That is the exact zones in which the Chinese people run into. Why? Crisis in China means danger and opportunity. Crisis, as is written in the Chinese language, means two things: danger an opportunity. And so the Chinese person does not just see danger in war, he sees opportunity. How can I help them clean even in the spoils of war? How can I supply them with what they need? You see that they've turned the pandemic to become a massive mercantile opportunity. They are the suppliers of nose mark. There's the suppliers of vaccines. That is what leaders do. You must look at how you will turn danger, you turn even disadvantage into an advantage, danger into an angle of profiting the organization and for which you represent. Interest rate is going higher. What opportunities lie there for you? The qualities and the market trends. What are the opportunities? Industrial changes, reorganization that is happening. What are the opportunities? This is what leaders look at. As values and indulgences are changing, what are the opportunities they are in for me? You must not even be going forward in an organization while driving, looking at the rear view mirror. It will cause an accident. I repeat, you must not plan going forward in your organization by looking at the rear mirror to drive. Else, number one, you will slow down. Number two, an accident is enough. It is not according to the law of safety in business management. So you must look ahead. You must look ahead and try to find out what the opportunities hold for you. Let me quickly say this. I will stop in 5 minutes so we can interact. Okay. There is wisdom if you fight VUCA with VUCA. There is a Yoruba proverb that says you fight madness with madness. So you fight VUCA with VUCA. A volatile environment, your antidote to it as a leader is vision. Clarity and singularity of purpose, where you are going. Your strategy may change, but your vision must not change. Strategy is the route to the market. Strategy is how you want to get to where you are going, whether personal life, whether organizational life. That may change because there are several roadblocks that you do not even plan for, but you must never lose sight of your preferred future. Zig Ziglar said your vision must be before your eyes, but beyond your hands. When it is too narrow and you quickly achieve it, you will go complacent. It must be stretchy. It must be before your eyes, but beyond your hand. So it is stretchy and driving you up. It motivates you. Fight uncertainty. You don't even fully understand what today has for you. Seek more understanding. Uncertainty, seek more understanding. Read why. Consult mentors. Those who have overcome the situation that you are in now that makes it so uncertain, hear from them. Contact business coaches. Let them help you out. What of complex situations? Complex situations are where there are more than one factors you are contending with. Seek clarity. Clarity about all this helps you to overcome complexity. Ambiguity, where meaning is a difficult thing or not. Like what we have now. Things are almost meaningless per minute. You must be agile. You must be responsive. You must be adaptive. That is what even this present situation calls for leadership. It is powerful that you fight VUCA with VUCA, fight volatility with vision, uncertainty with understanding, complexity with clarity, and ambiguity with agility. Let me round off in these 5 minutes, talking on strategic leadership. What does it mean really to be strategic, basically? Let me quickly say this. For you to be strategic, let me just quickly go there. Whatever idea, innovation, or change you will bring about must be holistic. When we have people who are only focused on their department, because I'm in accounts, I'm in HR, I'm in project management, you're only focused on bringing out even changes in your own department, not considering how it affects all the stakeholders. You are not holistic. You are working in a silo. That is why you begin to hear your CEO say you are not strategic. When you begin to hear your CEO say you are not strategic, it's because you are not considering the impact of whatever you are doing on the entire organization. So strategic leadership, think holistically. The second thing, strategic leadership, think futuristic, long-term, not just in the now. Whatever decision you will take in the now, how does it affect the company or your life or your family in the next 10, 20 years? If Christ tarries, you will not consider yourself, as someone, yes, who wants to change the future. Strategic leaders even dream beyond themselves. Martin Luther King, even Jr., the Reverend, who brought about even the present change that America is enjoying in terms of equality of all races, even to the White House. And that brought a person like Obama, that leverage to enter into the White House. He said, I have a dream. It was a dream that killed him, but he still lives on, even though in his death. Why? He was a strategic leader, futuristic. Likewise, whatever decision you make or suggestion you make to your organization, when it is not far-reaching in its effect, when it's not critical to the bottom line, when even that decision even does not touch the main fiber of the existence of the organization, it is not critical, and so it is not strategic. So when you take just some, you must understand that there is something called a taproot in a tree. It is the taproot that is critical. And this taproot must be aligned to the entire structure and system. So if the organization has set out its strategic goals, whatever decisions you will make that are not aligned to the strategic goals or integrated into it, it is not strategic. So these are 4 things that differentiate strategic decisions and strategic leadership. It is holistic, futuristic, it's critical, it's far-reaching, and it's always aligned. Let me just stop by using this allegory. This allegory, based on the dictionary, it says strategy is high-level plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim under conditions of uncertainty. It's the act of a general. Okay, it's the act of a general. Indeed, strategos, strata, from Latin, strata, the act, egos, or the act of a general. Okay, so we know that it was first of all a military word. Indeed, Sun Tzu, who wrote, that Chinese book several thousand years ago, was one of those who first of all used this word, strategy. All right, and we understand that it's all about planning and directing overall military operations and movements in battle. Okay, through all manners of uncertainty, marshaling the resources towards your objective. So there is a clear objective. So strategy presupposes that number 1, okay, as I've said, is long-term, is aligned or integrated, is holistic, and is very critical. Okay, there is always a goal. If whatever you do does not align with the goal, please understand that you're not strategic in life. And that's why I use the cross and allegory. This is my own concept. I use the cross allegory. There's a central point in the cross. It is, and that is what makes it critical, and that's what makes it aligned. But also there is a up to down, the vertical. It makes it go deep down to the act of the matter. Okay, very, very critical. And there's one that that goes lateral, which makes it long term. It's looking at duration, looks at perspective. Okay, so you must understand that strategy is always long term, critical, aligned, and integrated and holistic. So if you want to be a strategic leadership, begin to consider all your decisions today. Are they critical? Are they aligned to the organization goal? Are my decisions long-term, futuristic? Will it take us from where we are to where we want to go, or just to maintain now? Just like some people will say, look, let us just eat today, for tomorrow we shall die. That is not strategic living. We pray that Nigeria will have leaders who are looking at our future, who are not borrowing today to kill Nigeria tomorrow. That is the essence of strategy. Your borrowing must be such even that it is calculated to take Nigeria not even out of the woods today, but to create a future for Nigeria tomorrow. The things we do must begin to go towards even being critical and being futuristic, and it must be holistic. It will touch all parts, both the masses, the poor in the village, even the rich living on Banana Island. They will be touched even by our policies, and it will drive the nation forward. At this point, we have 10 more minutes. I just want to say thank you. I want us to interact in these 10 minutes because this is just a tip of an iceberg, as I said. But don't forget, while starting up, I have told you those who attend this is an opportunity to invite you to the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, where I am a fellow and I sit on the board of fellows as the secretary of the board. And we are using this just as a tidbit to let you know and have a taste of how we build strategic leaders across all spheres of industries. Our own, institute is unique because whether you are an accountant, whether you are an army general, whether you are an HR person, whatever, everyone aims to become a strategic leader one day, and that's where we are the central point for everyone. And you will find all manners of people across all manners of life. We work basically with the strategic institute of the nation. Okay, in Kuru. All right, we work together towards the same goal. Okay, but ours is unique, and you would be blessed as you join. So if you want to join, as I've said, please via the form you fill. Don't forget, I've sent a form to be filled on the chat box. Just fill that form and tell me if you want to join. I'm sending it again, and we will get back to you. Okay, so let us open the floor for questions and answer. Questions and answer at this point in time. Please, just by using the electronic hand, I will recognize you and you will ask your question. Okay, please. Anybody? Question, answer, session, or feedback? Okay, maybe what I will do. Okay, I would Anthony or Lashele, please. You have the floor. Anthony, you have the floor. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And I really say I appreciated all that you have said about strategic leadership. It's very, very nourishing.
Wow, thank you.
Mine actually is not really a question. I came in contact with ISMN many years ago in Ondo State.
Okay.
But at the point, it's like it ceases to function in Ondo State. I think they have another branch with international as part of the acronym. I tried reaching out to the institute in Lagos, but
okay, Anthony, if it's an inquiry, just fill that form and get in touch with me. The form is on chat box. We will link you back. Okay, so we'll save time. Okay.
All right. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Anthony. God bless you. Okay, let's have questions quickly. Oluwatosin Erukubami. That's one of my students. Okay. Tosin, you have the floor. Tosin, you have the floor. Please, once you have been you've asked a question, you can lower your hand and you can mute. Okay, Tosin, you have the floor. Oh, I thought Tosin was. Oh, I can't see Tosin again. Tosin. All right. Any other question? If you need inquiries about ISMN. I will link you up, and you will start your journey to become a strategic leader. Okay, Barrister Femi Kolajo, you have the floor, sir.
Well, thank you very kindly for that excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'll speak with you after this webinar.
All right,
to know more about the institute. I think I may be interested. So I see you in camera.
All right, sir.
Thank you very kindly. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Okay, and let me tell you, depending on what level of professional experience you have, for instance, we have people even who come in straight as fellow. If you have the required level of professional experience in the boardroom and impact and influence already in your line of profession. So some people are so considered strictly by the board of fellows to join them, but most other people just join. We find majority join as associates, or some are taken in straight as full members. But it is a thorough recruitment process that sees out where you should be, and people are placed appropriately. So please get in contact with me. As Pastor Femi Kolaji have said. Again, I want to say I will put the form. Please endeavor, everyone on this call, and kindly endeavor to fill the form. Beyond joining the institute, what the form is all about is that if whenever I have other trainings, I will be able to get in touch with you. Okay, you will be on my mailing list. Okay, and I've told you, I've seen about 12 people on this call. These 12 people, I will almost guarantee that you will have minimum of 10% rebate on any of my paid training workshop.
Seminar.
Yes, seminar. So and that's what I'm doing. I am taking a snapshot of everyone that is here, so that yes. So everyone that is here, you are sure there is a 10% rebate on my seminar. Okay. All right. So any other, we have about 3-5 more minutes to go. Kalu, do you have any question, Kalu? Not at all. Okay.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. But has it
Thank
helped?
you.
Has it helped you? Has it been helpful?
I can't hear you, sir.
What? Give me a comment. Give me a feedback. What things have you taken home? I need a feedback. What is your takeout of the session? Okay, it seems Kalu is off here. Pastor Shegun Adesanya.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, Kalu, okay.
Sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Pastor Adesanya, please hold on. Kalu, go on. Kalu, go on, please.
Yeah, okay, at the ISMN office some weeks ago, if you could recall.
Yes.
So I believe this is a continuation, although I couldn't join this in time. I'm on the road actually.
I can see you are driving. It's a continuation, yes. It's a continuation. Though I did a little bit of recap to where what I took you and where I stopped, and this is a continuation. There is a third and final class. But that third and final class, for those who are not my students, there will be a slight payment. Okay? For those who want to attend, there will be a slight payment. And for those who want to also receive certificate, just fill the form. I will get back to you and all that. If you want a certificate for attendance, of my course, I will give it to you. Okay, but at a negligible fee. But for those who want to attend the third in this series that I titled Corporate Governance. Leadership and Corporate Governance is the third in this series. And I will be doing that by next week. Okay, and for those who want to attend, please just fill the form and I will get in touch with you. It will be at a fee, but a discounted fee for you. Okay, I think I should let that be known up front. All right, Pastor Shegun Adesanya. Sorry, Kalu, sorry, you were saying something.
So I also get in touch with you, sir.
Okay, all right, sir. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay, Pastor Shegun Adesanya, you have the floor.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the invitation given to me to attend this training. I'm so grateful.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Has it been helpful?
Yes,
How has it been? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been an eye-opener. I had to listen with rapt attention. I'm hearing very many new things, this afternoon. So I want to say that I just need to attend again, and get to develop myself in this area. I really appreciate your effort, sir. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I want to say that this is recorded on my YouTube. It's live. You can always get the recording of this. Okay. I had to be very fast because I had 1,000,001 things to drop even in a very short time. But this is just a toe in water. Once you join the institute, you will see what I'm saying. Just get across to me if you want to join the institute, and I will guide you on the next steps. Okay?
All right, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
All right. One of my old colleague is also here. Pastor. Okay, sorry. It seems Barrister Kolajo's hand is up.
Yes, please. I just want to find out, since you've just spoken about your YouTube TV,
yes.
What the first session, will you be kind enough to also put it there, or is it there already?
No, the first session is not there. I just only have clips. It was in class, and I didn't have someone to record it. So the person that recorded just did clips. Maybe I will put those small clips on there. That's why when I started this, I knowing that you won't find the full one online, I try to do a very brief recap.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but I can put the clip also online for people.
All right. All right then. Thanks very kindly. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Tony Olashele, you asked why do some leaders fail? Maybe we will treat this in the next as part of corporate governance in the next session. Thank you. It's a good feedback. Why do some leaders fail? We will look at this. There are several factors: personal, corporate, national, controllable, uncontrollable. We'll look at all this, when we study corporate governance. Thank you very much for that question. Bolaji Osho, one of my old friends, colleague, brother, would you want to just say one or two things?
Okay, so Dundu, I thought this was and whether we choose to join but you have really, and the least we can say will encourage you. By the way, I'm not surprised that you are someone with, and I'm proud of you that I listen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wish you the very best. Even though I already belong to too many organizations, and I pay at the moment. Many of them, I pay in dollars and in pounds.
That's good.
Desire to join, but it's something we would recommend for anybody to consider. I wish you the very best, and go places. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Bolaji. So at this point, it's 2:03. I want to say thank you to everyone. Anyone that desires to join, again, just go to the chat box, copy that chat, and I also requested that kindly just give your recommendation concerning your takeout of this presentation on my LinkedIn. That will be the only in code payment I will request you help me with. Give a feedback of the impact this has had on you, and maybe what it would drive you to do going forward. On my YouTube link, it's just the same name, Olakomi Amonidundu, on my YouTube link. I want to say thank you, and as I've said, those who might desire to have a certificate, for any of my free courses, there is a certificate, but at a very negligible fee. But the next class, I will get in touch with all of you once you fill the form. You will be on my priority list for my discounts, even for any of my, online training. The next one will be on corporate governance and leadership. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. Bye for now.
Bye for now, Coach. Thank you very kindly. Bye.